Thousands of you shared similar frustrations recently. Broken appliances and no one available for repairs. Your repairman is vanishing. Local service companies are gone. What's truly happening to these essential services? You're not just imagining things. We're observing the American repairman's demise. Back in 1980, a broken refrigerator meant a quick call to a specialist. He'd arrive with his tools, swap a cheap part, enjoy some coffee, and nowadays that kind of service professional is simply gone. Instead, expect a 6-week wait and a $200 service fee just to show up. Plus, technicians often can't fix anything. We'll uncover the college agenda that gutted the trades, private equity's buyout of local service firms, and why your AC repairman will soon be your town's priciest person. The primary reason for this shortage of mechanics boils down to simple arithmetic. For every 5 experienced tradespeople retiring across the U.S., merely 1 new apprentice joins the workforce. Currently, the typical master plumber or electrician is already past 55 years. Within the coming decade, 40% of our skilled labor force will retire, with insufficient new talent to replace them. So, what's the reason? For 4 decades, this represents a major cultural misstep. By the 1990s, high school counselors ceased directing students toward shop class. They redirected them from vocational schools, promoting a sole message: attend university, earn a degree, or face a lifetime of low-wage work. Consequently, high schools dismantled wood and auto shops. Physical labor was demonized. They convinced a whole generation that cubicle jobs, beneath fluorescent lights, were the only dignified career option. The outcome? Millions of young adults now possess marketing and communications degrees, buried under $100,000 in student loan debt. Yet, earn 6-figure salaries with no debt, but struggle to find new hires. We taught our children that manual labor was undignified, and now we face the consequences. However, the scarcity of skilled workers tells only half the tale. The other part is, if you've contacted a local plumber or HVAC service lately, you likely observed a shift. Despite dialing a local number, you reached a corporate call center. The technician who arrived wasn't driving a worn-out work van. Instead, he drove a pristine branded truck and wore a sharp uniform. However, upon inspecting your furnace, he didn't attempt any repairs. He promptly tried. This marks private equity's acquisition of the skilled trades. Wall Street companies recognize the service sector as a lucrative opportunity. They're acquiring thousands of small, family-run plumbing. The original name remains on the truck, so you believe you're contacting Bob's Heating and Air. However, Bob sold his company 5 years previously. Now it's owned by a large conglomerate. The technician arriving at your door isn't a mechanic, he's a salesperson. He earns a commission on his sales. Fixing a $10 capacitor might earn him $20, but selling a new system is far more profitable. Service calls have effectively transformed into sales presentations. This explains why locating someone for basic repairs has become nearly impossible. Even if you locate an ethical technician, the economic system works against them. Corporations have launched a pricing war against independent repair establishments. When a new washing machine costs $500 but repairs cost $300, consumers invariably choose a new unit. Manufacturers exploit this fact by artificially boosting part prices, disrupting that balance. A control board costing $10 to produce is then sold to a repairman for $300. Once the repairman includes his labor, the final invoice reaches $400. He must tell the customer directly that the item isn't worth repairing. Consequently, he loses the job. Thus, the manufacturer benefits. This pricing scheme has forced countless independent small businesses to close. They simply cannot compete with the disposable nature of big box store products. Moreover, industry professionals refer to this practice as the parts Canon. Due to modern machines' complexity and inadequate training, many newer technicians lack troubleshooting abilities. Instead, they simply begin replacing components. The circuit board gets replaced. If that fails, they replace the motor. If still broken, the harness is next. They continue swapping costly until the machine functions or the customer runs out of funds. The seasoned mechanic who could diagnose an engine's loose valve by ear is becoming rare. Upon their retirement, that valuable expertise simply vanishes. The ultimate blow comes from the technological access barrier. As shown previously, manufacturers now lock their devices. An independent repairman can't simply buy and install a part. They require an expensive annual subscription to the manufacturer's diagnostic software. They also need a laptop to inform a washing machine about a new pump, or a code reader for a truck's new battery. This intricate system functions as a powerful gatekeeper. It compels experienced mechanics, skilled with wrenches but unfamiliar with coding, into premature retirement. Furthermore, it discourages new entrants due to... Here's the critical conclusion. We've constructed a society incapable of self-maintenance. We've developed homes, vehicles, and infrastructure that demand ongoing upkeep. Once the final cohort of master tradesmen retires in 5 years, we'll confront a severe crisis of practical expertise. Water heaters will leak, and no repair professional. Labor costs are certainly poised to dramatically increase. If you know an excellent mechanic, plumber, or appliance technician, treat them with utmost respect. Pay their requested rates. Avoid negotiation. If you're a young individual seeking a future path, disregard career counselors. Grab a welding torch or a wrench. In a world where everything constantly fails, the person who can fix things will hold supreme value.